Good day guys, come here, welcome back to Langrisser M News from the future. So alright, on this part of the video featuring for the month of January to February, or January end to February end, it's a new year ahead. Happy snake year. It's the zodiac, the year of the snake. And on this part of the video, we'll be featuring the New Year single banner, the younger sister of the Oppa Empress, Enya. Yep, she's not Enya, she is the younger sister of Empress Enya, aka I'm definitely having problem pronouncing this, Sylrna, Slyna. Oh gosh, bad names. But okay, to make things easier, I guess we will have an early pick of the voice on how to pronounce the name. Here we go.
遠い海と時代を超えて我らは再び出会った。わしは夢の女王シエナ。未来と過去の旅、わしに続いてまいれ。
Alright, that doesn't really help. That is the Japanese pronunciation, Siena. Okay, to make things easier, perhaps I'll go with Siena. Then Slyna or Slyra, alright. So this is a single banner, the younger sister of Empress Enya. And of course, if you think there's something wrong with what you're looking at right now, you're not wrong. And of course, if you think that something does not sound right with my voice, you are not wrong too. Yep, it's a bit I guess I'm having a bit of bad cough recently. So right, so bear with me guys. So this is the true form of Siena. Yeah, I prefer to go with the Japanese voice, the version that sounds better. So Siena is the younger sister of Enya. So Enya has the abilities to using the water mirror to pick and look into the future, whereas Siena's ability is to create dreams or allows you to wander into the dreams dimension, and not to mention she can go into the state of dreams within a dreams. And if you find this familiar, this is taken from one of the movies from Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio, Inception. So you can go like dreams within dreams where times go slower. It's kind of fun that the Gate of Fate has a lot more to offer, but the Gate of Fate has no direct relationship with the main story in Taiwan. It's more of like jokes because you'll be traveling around distorted and fun dimensions. And the reason I am able to tell you guys so much is because, well, I gotta apologize, gotta be honest with you. This is not the first time I have done this recording. Apparently I deleted my first recording of this video by accident, and thus the delay for the release of this video, because I have to redo it all over again. So right, and so if you guys have already played the latest Echo of Toy War Time Reef stories, you might have seen that she looks different. The one that appeared in the Time Reef story, it's her abusing or using her power of illusions and dreams. So like her sister, she has a power to create illusion to a certain extent too. So to make herself as an honorific or honorable empress-like characters, or as honorable as her sister. So she made use of that abilities, illusion, dreamscapes abilities, to cast that more boing appearance. Whereas this is the real and true state. So as you can see, according to her personality, she seems to always like maybe she feel inferior to her sister. So in order to make her looks like she is one who can stand on the same ground as her sister, she created that persona. Yep. So alright, before we carry on, the great thanks to information shared and provided by the Langrisser mobile app. So you and are you guys ready? Let's go. So alright, these are all anniversary characters. Okay, so quick description. So the Ascians Queen of Dreams. She is the twin sister, younger sister of Enya, the embodiment of no restrictions, I guess. Yep, the embodiment of ruleless, as in not ruthless, but ruleless. Then she is the inventor of ancient magic. She's able to wield chaos power. So she used to rule the kingdom of Ascians together with Enya. So she's one of those faction where they are very quite advancing. She's basically on one of the factions that rejects the idea of staying old and abiding by the law. She's kind of more open, trying to break through. So she's against defensive and abiding by the rule. And even though she seems like she don't really care, she do things as she wish, but the fact is that she really treasures the bond with people around her. So as our anniversary characters, and afterwards I'll also release some of the new or latest media release for the characters. So this is on the special event release before New Year. Apparently this is some of the expressions you get to see on Sylrna. Then she has two class, demon and mage. Then these are the factions, which we'll go through again later, so no worries. Then we also have Aspilandis, that will be part 2 of the video. So alright, and apparently if you guys are curious that I have not already mentioned about the voice actress for the characters, not so great news for, well, at least it is not so great news for the CN server, is that there will be no voice pack for the characters due to some sensitive issues that has happened around. Apparently some players try to dig up something that the voice actress has done in the past, and of course this is something very upsetting to the CN community. I'm not going to comment much because, well, I'm a gamer, and I just, end of the day, all I can say is I wish everything go good and safe, everything can end well for everybody. However, just in case you guys are wondering why voice sounds familiar. Yes, you are able to hear the voice in this video right now is before the incident happened, so this clip is still not being removed. However, on the demo play or release of the game, the characters has no voice at all, even until the banner of the roads to March period. So yep, this is the second time I redo this, and I do this on March after I just discovered that I have deleted the old video by accident. So from January to March now, they had not restored a voice pack for, at least for the CN server. I hope this will not be the case for the other regions. So, but of course, end of the day, I hope even for the CN regions we will get to receive the voice pack too. Hope all ends well for everybody. So in case you guys are wondering, the original voice actress for Sylrna is by Miss Noriko Shitaya-san. So in case you're wondering, she is more, or if not most famously known for her role as Mato Sakura in Fate Stay Night. Yes, you get it right. The pretty younger sister of Rin Tosaka, who was touchy by that idiot Shinji, you know, that bastard. So yep, she is voiced by Miss Noriko Shitaya-san, and due to the small incidents, we are currently missing out a voice pack, so do not be shocked on my demo video play. So yep. So right, before we end on part 1, let's listen to the voice pack again.
遠い海と時代を超えて我らは再び出会った。わしは夢の女王シエナ。未来と過去の旅、わしに続いてまいれ。
Okay, this is a summon speech. So she's apparently saying the speech that is shown here. So she's saying, crossing through the deep oceans and eras, we have finally reunited. Or we have finally met. I am the Empress of Dream, Sylrna. The journey of the past and futures shall follow me, and we shall march forward. So yeah, it is loosely translated. So long story short, she is introducing that through great journey, high, low, deep or shallow, we have reunited and meet. So as she's as a metaphor, she's only able to describe the using from where she's being trapped and live at, because she's being in the story settings as of current era, she's being trapped deep in the ocean. So she's saying across the deep oceans and eras, we have finally meet or unite, and proceed to introducing her as the Queen of Dream or Empress of Dream, Sylrna. So the futures and past journey shall follow her and march on. So she's pretty confident for a girl. The personality is definitely stronger and better than her personality as Sakura Mato in the Fate Stay Night series. So before we carry on, let us hear her voice one more time.
遠い海と時代を超えて我らは再び出会った。わしは夢の女王シエナ。未来と過去の旅、わしに続いてまいれ。
So alright, that's the voice pack for Sylrna, and we have come to the end of part 1. We are now going to part 2, and this is the artwork. Overall, I can say that I like the weapon design. I like her fashion design, but well, she do not have great opai like her dragonic queen figure. All right. Alright, we are now on part 2 where we're going through on affection buff, talent, exclusive skills, 3C, and last but not least we'll end with discussing about the pros and cons of her abilities and how to abuse it to the best. Here we go. So okay, no more expansions about the character introduction. And okay, she belongs to the following faction: Darkness, Origin of Light, and Yellows. So in the current meta right now, she is, yep, great news for you guys, she is finally our first Darkness 3C faction buffer, whom is not a bad guy. Yep, she is not a villain, but important, the second arc. I'm not sure if she's going to be a protagonist or she's just going to be an important side character, but currently she is shown to be not a bad character. Okay, then okay, for PvP or PvE wise, if faction buff, Origin of Light is the only weakness right now, because for Yellows we have Empress Anya, then for Darkness we have herself, so overall not too bad, 2 out of 3. So alright, watch to the end for the translations I have done for you guys for her skills, effects, translations, and here we go. Okay, the talent is loosely translated as Dreamland or Dreamscape Ruler. The effect are as follow. Number 1, increase damage deal by 30%. Number 2, unit will be unaffected by close combat penalty. Number 3, when you enter, you can choose to summon 1 Dream Reef. Okay, we will call it DR in short. Dream Reef, after summoning Dream Reef, you can first move again based on remaining mobility and attack again. So this is an act again ability. Okay, number 4, when there are 2 blocks, when within you 2 block range, there's a Dream Reef around you, you will not become the following. First, you will not become targetable from enemies' attack and skill. Second, you will be exempt from enemies' AoE skill damage. Third, when you move within the range of your Dream Reef, you will not consume mobility and ignore enemies' unit obstruction. That's it for the talent of Sylrna. Yep. So okay, basically she has a lot of bug abilities, if I may say, but she's also lacking on something. Is she has damage increment of 30%. That's definitely one of the higher increment you gain from the current meta. 30% is definitely a lot. Then not to mention, she is a range attacker, but she has the effect of immune or unaffected by close combat penalty, meaning if you're trying to secure a kill against an enemy mage while trying to take as least damage as you want to, you can just, if situation or certain chance that requires you to, you can just go straight up to their face and boom, give them a kaboom on the face straight, because you do not take close combat penalty. That's cool. Then the third part is when you enter, you can choose to summon this Dream Reef. So Dream Reef, it's similar to, in case you guys can't understand or can't think of what it is, summoning the Dream Reef is similar to Wet Ham, aka Evil Mashu, when he casts his 3C summoning the Shadow of Alhazard. So it is a summon that do not do anything against the enemy. You just need, you can only enter. It can only enter by itself. However, what is great about the Dream Reef is it provides additional abilities. So after summoning the Dream Reef, so after summoning the Dream Reef, you can act again. However, the mobility is based on your remaining mobility, though this is a second restriction. So first restriction is her talent do not give her increased intelligence or offensive ability. Then second is the restrictions of the act again, because it's based on remaining mobility. Then, however, to slightly compensate for this part, the fourth effect is if we are within 2 block range of the Dream Reef, the following things can happen is enemies cannot target you for attack and skills. Then you will not take AoE damage, so you're exempt from enemies AoE skill damage. So even if the damage hit you, you do not take damage as long as Dream Reef is alive. Then last but not least, when you're moving around Dream Reef, you will not consume mobility and ignore enemies unit obstruction, so you have a free 2 blocks mobility range around Dream Reef. So basically it's your act again becomes a 2 block movement minimum. We will find out more during the demo play too, or we'll find out more during the pros and cons later on. So it's pretty cool. She has a lot of things protecting her as long as the Dream Reef is around. Okay, next moving on to exclusive skill 1. So definitely strong. She does not have 1 exclusive skill, not 2, but 3 exclusive skills. So alright, this exclusive skill 1 is known as my apologies, before we carry on, we have been talking about Dream Reef, so I'm sorry, I have not finished yet, my bad. So Dream Reef summon unit, so the first part is about her talent, the second part is talking about the Dream Reef itself. So Dream Reef unit has the following effects. Number 1, it will enter a CD of 3 turns upon summoning before you can summon Dream Reef again. Number 2, this summon unit will inherit 80% of the summoner's stats. Number 3, the unit will dissipate or disappear at the start of the second turn after you summon it. So this Dream Reef is like the Shadow of Alhazard, but except that instead of just having a stats itself, it will forcefully retreat from the field or the game 2 turns or the second turn after you summon it. And having that said, you can also choose to kill this Dream Reef because it's summoned. So once Dream Reef is being killed, you can then proceed to target and attack Sylrna to allow her to take damage. Okay, sorry about it. So now moving on to exclusive skill 1 is Dream Law or Law of Dreamscape. There's a 1C skills, has a CD of now, range now, and AoEs now. It is a passive skills only. The effect are as follow. if there are any ally Dream Reef 2 blocks around you. When you do the following: number 1, initiate an attack that goes into battle, the enemy cannot counterattack. Number 2, after battle, reduce your talent CD effect by 1 turn. And that's it. So 2 effects. So apparently this, in my opinion, this is definitely a must-bring skills, because the Dream Reef has a CD of 3 turns at rank 6 before you can summon it again. So by bringing this passive skills, you gain the 2 things. So is, if when you commence your attack against enemies that need to go into battle, if you already have a Dream Reef 2 blocks around your range, the enemies cannot counter attack back, so basically you do not take any damage. Not to mention, number 2, after battle you reduce your talent CD effect by 1, which is to resummon the Dream Reef again. So when you summon the Dream Reef, it enters a 3 turn CD. When you end turn, it becomes 2 turns. So mixing on with this, it's only a 1 turn cooldown if you manage to do all the flow together. Okay. Okay, exclusive skill 2, apparently that's the faction buff. So yep, she has a 3C faction buff and also a 2C faction buff. Okay, exclusive skills 2, it's roughly translated as Dark Dream, Reincarnations. It's a 2C skills has a CD of 3 turns. The range itself, the AoE type, is faction buff. So the effect are as follow: increase all darkness faction allies with the following effect. Number 1, increase offensive and defensive stats on the field. Number 2, when they initiate attack and goes into battle, increase damage deal by 8%. Number 3, for each unit that dies on the field, increase damage deal by 2%. The maximum cap is at 8%. Number 4, the effect lasts for 4 turns and cannot stack with other faction buff. And we'll not be going too much into the 2C because she has a 3C. But though something to mention is this faction buff is to increase single target attacking skills, because the damage increment of 8% triggers when you initiate attacks and goes into battle. Then next is the effect is, it did not directly state you have to be darkness faction, so it's going to presume that any unit including summons that dies on the field, you increase damage deal by 2%. And maximum is 4 unit dies. So okay, so maximum is a stack 8 plus 8, 16%. So not too shabby. Okay, last but not least, exclusive skill 3. Oh, my bad. It's not just exclusive skill 3. I got to correct. We have an exclusive skill 4. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Mother. Oops. Okay, exclusive skill 3. Crime and Punishment Branding. It's a 1C skill, has a CD of now and AoE now. It is a long list of passive skills effect. Okay, the effect are as follow. Number 1, when non-summon ally unit on the field dies, decrease your talent's effect CD by 1 turn and cause the damage source to gain this Crime and Punishment Branding effect. Okay, we will name this as CAPB in short. Okay. Number 2, this skill's effect cannot be immune nor dispel and lasts for 2 turns. Number 3, when battling an enemy unit with CAPB effect, the following will happen. First, target cannot trigger revive effect. This is only happening in PvP only. Second, decrease the target stats by 20% aside from HP. Third, If you successfully kill the target enemy with this effect, you will summon ally units that has been killed by the enemy as a phantom unit to your side. Number fourth, phantom unit will have the original unit stats and the stats and their faction is treated as darkness unit. So they will receive darkness faction buff no matter which original factions they belong to. As long as they died and have been revived, they'll receive the faction. And since this is the second time I record, I'll just let the cat out of the box. This is a very strong and cool effect. So for example, if you purposely let 4 of your mage who is already in low HP to try to commit suicide against by purposely attacking Papa Vargas, if let's say 4 of them all die in the hands of Papa Vargas, then Papa Vargas had this CAPB debuff effect, so Sylrna will proceed to attack, and if she managed to kill Papa Vargas, all 4 of your allies will be revived and they will retain their stats, skills and equipment abilities, not to mention they are treated as individual heroes unit. The pros and cons, the pros is that they can be revived, and in case you're thinking trying to do some OP combo, like you're able to comment attack using 5 characters at once, nope. So basically, if Sylrna killed off Papa Vargas, 4 heroes got revived, Sylrna enters, we go back to some other enemy's turn. Then after the enemy's turn, you go to one of the heroes of your choice, then the heroes will commence the actions and enter, then back to the enemy's turn. So it's back to a normal play again. However, nonetheless, this is still very imba. It's a very imba skills. You get to revive characters, and it's a free characters. That's pretty cool. And one extra thing that is not mentioned here is she is the first character that is specially made to counter against Enya. Okay, so extra effect not mentioned for this skills. I don't know why Zilong did this. This is very bad. Okay, so it's a rule. So it's an extra rule stated here, which you will not see it when you use or equip the skills. Okay, the extra rule is when Sylrna equip the skills, she cannot be summoned as an illusion unit by Enya's 3C effect. Okay, so Enya's mirror illusion of cloning the target enemy or allies cannot happen or triggered on Sylrna once she is equipped with the skills. So you got to be careful if you try to bring along the skills. There might be some pros or cons along the way, so you got to equip your skills wisely. Okay, last but not least, exclusive skills for Blessing of the Dream. So it's a 2C skills. Has a CD of 2 turns, the range is 3 block, the AoE type is support single target. So the effect are as follow. When you cast the skills, number 1, reduce all allies in range skill CD by 3 turns. Sorry, reduce target allies in target ally skill CD by 3 turns. My bad. It's not AoE, it's a single target. Number 2, you will heal the ally in range by the caster intelligence times 5. Number 3, allies in range or the target ally will gain the buff effect known as Dream's Blessing. It has the following effect. When within 2 block range of your allies' Dream Reef unit, the following will occur. First, they cannot be targeted for normal attack and skill targeting. Second, they will be exempt from AoE damage. Third, the effect lasts for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. Okay, exclusive skill 4 is again another in-bar support skills. Basically, this skills allows you to make and target ally of your choice to gain her talent's effect as long as Dream Reef exists 2 blocks around you, or you are existing 2 blocks around Dream Reef range. You cannot be targeted for normal attack, skill targeting, exempt from AoE damage, and the downside is, well, this effect lasts for 2 turns. However, this effect cannot be dispelled. So I'm not sure should I say this is the best or very strong combo with Papa Vargas that's gonna like make him a even stronger powerhouse. Okay, last but not least, the 3C. Okay, the 3C effect name is known as End of Dream C or C of Dreams End. Okay, it has a CD of 4 turns. The range is 2 blocks. The AoE type is faction buff and magical single target. It has both passive and active skills. The passive is the faction buff. Okay, so passive faction buff effect first. Number 1, after summoning Dream Reef, Darkness faction allies on the field will gain the following. First, they will have offensive and defensive stats greatly increased. Second, when initiating attack, increase damage deal by 15%. Third, they will have 1 block mobility immunity when passing through allies' Dream Reef unit. Fourth, the effect lasts for 4 turns and cannot stack with other faction buff. So not too bad. This is like compared to the 2C, instead of 16%, it is 1% less, 15 only. However, there's no other requirement. You do not require your allies to die. So as long as you initiate attack, you don't have to go into battle, AoE or anything. As long as you initiate attack, the damage due is increased by 15%. Then not to mention, they make all allies with Darkness factions to have a light synergy with your Dream Reef, that is providing them 1 block mobility immunity when passing through your allies' Dream Reef unit. Okay, that's it for the passive. Now we'll be talking about the active. Okay, active skills are as follows. Number 1, attack target enemy and deal 1.7 times damage. Number 2, you will cause the following debuff to the target enemies for 2 turns. Okay, first, increase damage received by 20%. Second, unit cannot be guarded. Third, they cannot be targeted by their ally skills. Fourth, they will not be affected by other ally skills effect. Fifth, these abilities only happen in PvP. And 6, the effect cannot be dispelled. So okay, think some corrections is the debuff that will happen in both PvP and PvE is increased damage received by 20% and unit cannot be guarded. However, the one in and unable to become their allies targeting, skill targeting, meaning if you try to single target heal this unit, you'll not be able to target it. Then last but not least, will not be affected by their allies skills effect. Should be this only one happen in PvP mode only. We'll find out more during the pros and cons, but definitely damage increment and cannot be guard is both PvP and PvE. Then the whole effect happens for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled, so this is pretty strong. Number 3, if there are any allies Dream Reef unit 2 blocks around the enemy, this battle will ignore guard. Number 4, after battle, you can teleport yourself to any 2 blocks range of allies Dream Reef unit on the field. So okay, aside from the attack, but for the last few parts, some of you might be confused on how this thing may happen or work. So allow me to suggest. So okay, attacking 1.7 times, yabba dabba dabba, that is the usual stuff. Okay, the number 3, if there is any allies Dream Reef unit 2 blocks around enemy, this battle ignore guard. So this will only happen when you use Sylrna to move forward and advance to the face of an enemy and purposely enter, summon Dream Reef within enemy's range, so it will cause them to not be able to guard. Then you can commence the attack. Then however, if you do this, if you're going to teleport, you'll be teleport to range near the enemy. So after battle, you can teleport yourself to any 2 blocks range of allies Dream Reef unit on the field. So one combo to do this is to do the combo with Empress Enya, her sister. So by not equipping the Crime and Punishment branding passive skills, Enya will be able to create an illusion of Sylrna, so you can create a double Dream Reef summon on the field. So one is near your ally and one is in the face of enemies. So after attacking them directly and not able to let them guard, afterwards you can teleport safely back to your ally's range. And that's the combo, so don't worry, you'll find out more during the actual demo play. And with this, we have come to the end of part 2. We'll now go to part 3, the pros and cons and item build suggestion for the characters. Here we go. Alright, we are now at part 3, and apologize that the weather is slightly getting bad as it's getting very windy. So if you're hearing some rapple from the recording, apologize about it. And of course, on part 3, very great thanks to information shared and provided by the Langrisser Data Bank, 梦幻伪战资料库, and here we go. So okay, we'll go through some of the important stuff you guys want to know about bond, unlocking all the bond, especially the last 2, attacking and defense. So don't worry about it. You don't need any characters to help unlock it. All you need to do is fully master both of a class, the mage and demon class, and that will do. This is the rune emblem or casting for the characters from level 1 to level 10. All the materials you need. Then this is a class stat. So the first is mage, the chasing dream chaser vow, or the demon class, Empress of the Dream or Queen of the Dream. So as you can see, the demon class stats seems to be better. So yep. Then in case you guys are wondering about the intelligence stats, we can do a comparison. So apparently Sylrna is in place of second. The first is still our Awakener, aka Dakyani. by the difference of 8 points intelligence. So you can see that her intelligence, offensive in terms of intelligence side, is definitely very strong. Then okay, the Heartborn level 4 and level 7. So we're talking about the mage class. Level 4 is when you initiate attack and go into battle, unit damage taken reduced by 10%. For level 7, when you receive attack and goes into battle, damage deal increased by 10%. Okay, for the demon class, level 4, when you receive attack from unit with debuff effect and goes into battle, damage taken will be reduced by 10%. Level 7, when battling with unit with debuff effect, increase damage deal by 10%. And of course, PvP wise, may suggest to go for the mage route, because if you're fighting against holy unit, you will take the extra damage because she do not has ignore class advantage or disadvantages. Okay, talking about summoning the Dream Reef. So okay, the following picture shows that when you enter, you can summon the Dream Reef 2 blocks around your range of your choice. So Dream Reef do not have any skills except for the talent that I already mentioned early on. So Dream Reef talents cause it to not be able to move, attack, nor control it. So every time after Shayna's enter, it will automatically enter. It does not do anything. However, you can teleport. It does not affect. It will not be affected by any skills effect. It's kind of similar to the Shadow of Alhazard. However, you can teleport it away. So immune to all debuff and strengthening buff. However, it can receive command aura effect. Then the mobility pattern is treated as flying. Despite it has no mobility at all. That's very weird. So in PvP, you got to take note is if Shayna is being killed, Dream Reef will not disappear automatically, and as you will not be able to control Dream Reef, it will take up one of your turn count, and it will take up your turn count as the last turn count automatically, because it's treated as a non-controllable unit. So in this kind of situation, it will be bad. So it will be the last to move. And if Shayna stays 2 blocks within Dream Reef's range, she is basically invincible. She cannot be targeted. Then especially even if she's being near Papa Vargas, he will not chase her for the follow-up attack if she enters 3 blocks within his range while having the Dream Reef. Then when in AoE range, she will not take AoE damage too, and not to mention she will also not take AoE debuff. So basically she's treated as the AoE does not even touch her at all. Then when she is moving within the 2-block range of the Dream Reef, she does not consume mobility, so we will see in the pictures below. Okay, we're talking about some combo. Okay, without just pure raw naked items and no items and stats, she can cause herself to move up to 9 blocks. Sorry, move and attack till 9 block. And of course, if she is equipped with scepter, we will be 10 blocks. Then black holes is also in the 10 block range, so she can move the basic 3 steps. Then the range of the Dream Reef will give a +4, and provided by a +2 range for your single target, a +3 for AoE. So as you can see, 3 + 4 is 7, 7 + 2 is 9. So if you're trying to advance in a straight line, single straight line directions, this is as far as she can go. Then equipped with scepter, you get, for single target, you can achieve a 10 block, up to 10 block range. Okay, as you can see, okay, the blue line refers to her original mobility. The yellow lines refers to the immunity block that provided to her from Dream Reef. So as you can see, oops. Okay, you can see the list of skills she had through the picture shown here. Then, like other darkness of villain characters, she has Dark Scythe, she has Black Hole, then she has a single target against infantry and cavalry class. And basically, you do not have to worry about her faction buff. She is definitely one of the characters with free flow of faction buff, because as long as she summoned the Dream Reef, you will have faction buff. So right, mentioning about the effects that only happen in PvP is, okay, for PvE and PvP wise is the 3C effect. If there is an ally's Dream Reef 2 blocks around the enemy range, the skills ignore guard. Then this skill will cause the target to receive damage increment by 20%. So this is the only one that happens for both PvE and PvP. Oh gosh. Then the rest is on PvP. So the following is for PvP only. It will cause the enemies to not be able to be guard, cannot be target by other ally skills. Yep, so this is a 2. Cannot be targeted by ally skills or receiving their skills effect. So okay, this 2 this 2 to 3 happens on PvP only. So you guys can see. So this is PvP effect. Cannot cannot be got, cannot be a target of ally's choice, will not receive ally skills effect. Okay, this three only happen in PvP. Then after you can teleport her to the ally's Dream Reef, any 2 blocks range. Okay, the Dream's Blessing, or Blessing of a Dream effect, is, as mentioned, is very straightforward. Heal an ally, reduce the CD, and cause it to receive her talent's effect for 2 turns. Okay, the Dream Punishment Branding, it's another skill that is towards PvP. The one that once equipped, you cannot be cloned or targeted by Enya's replicating skills. However, something you can take note is this passive skills okay, CPPB is PBP is when fighting enemies with this debuff effect, she can ignore the target's revive skills, and also to reduce their 20% of their stats. Okay, even if you're fighting against class that that is advantage to you, like if you're choosing demon class, you're fighting holy class, they will still receive this reduction, and afterwards you will be able to revive any allies that dies in the hand of the target. Okay, the rulings that you might need to take note is the revived ally is no longer treated as heroes, but they are being treated as summoned unit with an additional of gaining darkness faction. So for PvP players, you got to take note is revive allies unit takes individual turn counts. So it's like we have mentioned earlier, it will take turns. So if Shina's end turn, you go to enemies, it's not go straight up to your allies, despite they are treated as a summon unit. And there's a graphic that will appear. They will appear as a transparent, translucent characters with this icon, and as you can see, they had the skills and stats when they're alive, and also they have soldiers unit. She's basically a super stronger version of the pervert artist, the guy who always like to say, "Oh, Nanto Tsukushi," the one from Cardus. Sorry, yep. So Cardus, upon killing the enemy with his skills, he can create an illusion of them too, or create a phantom unit of them too, but that's without soldiers. However, for Shina's is basically is a full revive that you just treat them as an individual heroes. And I know what you guys are thinking. Yep. Well, some of you of the newer generation might want to say, yeah, she definitely Zilong definitely copied the skills from solo leveling, must be copying the skills from the Jinsu something, but that may not be the case. If I may say, this is actually a more a paying respect or tribute to the original Fate Stay Night, the Heaven's Field arc, the final form of Sakura-san, after being corrupted by the Holy Grail's ability, she can consume the enemy's hero's unit and revive or resurrect them as her own allies. So I'm gonna say that this is more paying tribute to Fate Stay Night than solo leveling. Yep, don't flame me there. Then the rule of dreams is dreamscape, law of dreamscape. It's more towards, though it's written here, it's towards PvE, but I guess PvP or PvE can work too. If you have a dream brief 2 blocks around you after initiate attack, enemies cannot retaliate, and not to mention after battle you can reduce your talent CD by 1 turn. So you can quickly refresh the CD of summoning it, and in returns re-trigger your 3C faction buff, and also to trigger your act again. Okay, the 2C faction buff, let's skip it. Why look at a 2C when you have 3C? So right, as for the combination of the skills, we'll be skipping because there's so many ways and patterns to go around. Okay, this is just not much. This is a picture to just suggest what to bring and equip her with in PvE to maximize her damage deal. So okay, I'll be skipping this part. Okay, I guess we have come to the end. Last but not least, this is the suggested item builds and enchantment for Shitaya. So the ratings for both PvE and PvPs are, well, 5 stars, but we will find out more during the actual demo test play. So, but in case you guys cannot tell what the enchantments are, from left to right is Clock Enchantment, followed by Breeze, and last but not least, Full Moon. As a PvE or PvP player, my preference, I'll definitely go with Clock because any mage with Clock you can just combo with Silica by giving the full alchemist buff and mix your enchantment to 100% triggers its effect. So that is pretty cool because if you have free 3C's ability with Clock, and of course at least for PvE wise this will always happen, 100% get to pick this combo Silica with Shitaya, so you can always abuse your 3C and then teleport back to your Dream Reef. Whereas for PvP, of course, if you're lucky, you can get to do this combo. You can do the hit and run combo too. That will be great. And I guess the best combo to go with is in PvP is you have Empress Enya, then followed by Shitaya and Silica. I guess this is enough. And on top, to put icing on top of cake, if you're gonna have the fourth, just fall of this, I guess the fourth best option is to have Rondel. Okay, her patriotic, crazy fangirl that has global cast skills effect, and you can do a double black hole casting combo together. That will be devastating for the enemy side. So right, this is Kami, and hope you like the channel, and if you do like it, leave it a like and subscribe, and if you have anything, do leave it down in the comment sections. I will definitely answer you guys once I'm free. Thank you and goodbye, see you. So up next is Part 2 will be SP Landis.